Welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. Last time, actually quite a lot happened. It doesn't look like we've made a ton of progress in this palace, but we have got a keycard, and the best part was, Sumeria finally awakened for real this time. I've equipped the Ring of Pride on her now, so she has some access to charge, and I should also probably heal everybody with Makoto right now. But I want to change up the rest of my party a bit, so let's go no more Akechi. I kind of want to keep using Diego, so let's put, let's bring Makoto this time. And let's do a consultation here.
Well.
I did forget about a few of these in the Mementos depths, but I did have a co-commentator at the time. Oh wait, you don't even, this conversation isn't even anything new.
What are your thoughts? Let's go.
That's a shame. Okay, let's head back in.
Come on. The treasure awaits.
I often cut those off, so I wanted to let that one play out this time. As we head further in, I can finally explain what the name of this song is now. This song is called A Gentle Madman, which I think sums up Maruki extremely well.
But
it makes sense that they want to protect this place, though. This must be where a lot of Maruki's equipment and cognitive science research is stored.
yeah.
This is a nice song, though admittedly it's been ruined for me somewhat by me spending 2 hours trying to get Futaba's thing to trigger. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. Let's try and take my mind off of it for now. Instead we have, yeah, things are changing a little bit in these search objects. They're now not those heart things, they're instead creepy claws holding brains. Also, speaking of creepy, what happens if these things see you? Yep, they suddenly reveal their true selves as tentacle monsters.
One enemy, and it's weak. This'll be a slaughter.
Okay, if I'm revealing an immunity there, it means you most likely don't have any weaknesses. Which means I know just what to do with you. I often have to remember that Bless is only
Victory is ours.
it's not technical on that, because, you're immune.
Don't use blessing.
But yeah, Bless is only technical on brainwash, not on other mental ailments. I keep, thinking to myself, have we even seen her use Sonic Flare before, by the way? I was about to say this thing costs 69, but actually the only reason it does is because of, his HP, because HP-based skills are a percentage of your total HP.
Now, let's continue like I thought.
But yeah, there's something else I want to say about Dionysus, but first, I want to actually do something here. Something that people in the comments suggested I do, and I just haven't really had time to do it yet. So, Michael has two... No, he doesn't. Who has the auto mask skills? Oh, it's Raphael, isn't it? Yeah, you have my auto mask skills. So I'm going to switch to Raphael, and then I'm going to go into System, and then Config. Persona Memory. If I turn Persona Memory off, this means that every battle I am gonna start with the same persona equipped that I had at the start of the previous battle, instead of at the end of the previous battle. And so this means that I will always have Raphael equipped from the beginning of fights, and thus I'll always have my auto mask skills activated. Oh, this area though, right here, this area, I've had memories of getting lost in here before. In fact, I believe when I was lost in this area,
Some other way.
I was at the same time watching Exandria Unlimited Calamity, I'm pretty sure. But okay then, Vorpal Blade is, yeah, it's technical on one of you. I keep forgetting that, Rage, the only technical from that is Fire.
Good job, Violet.
However, this is still going to hurt quite a lot.
On to the next.
Not on you, but it is going to hurt on you. There are a lot of immunities spread out throughout the enemies in this tower, so you do have to think quite a lot. Of course, that guy's not an exploding one. Nobody here really has fire either. Although, no, wait, Rage is considered a physical ailment, not a mental ailment. But still, this is going to do a lot of damage. Yep, boost and amp with the drastic defense reduction from Rage still means over 1,000.
Now, let's continue. Okay, let's move on.
Samira is just kind of standing there, and then she did a pose.
Okay.
Still getting black robes at this point.
This is where I shine.
I could have used you using that earlier, just saying.
I can see it.
Yeah, that chest right there, that's one that often bugs me, but I believe you need to access that via other means. This area is confusing since we have no map right now. That's where we got in from. So if we climb up here... yeah, there's another Fafnir, but first there's another random thing. Let me get the drop on it this time and not have it go all tentacly on us.
Reveal your true form.
This is what I was saying earlier in this palace with my joke about things definitely not being Lovecraftian tentacle monsters, because yeah, the researchers, the polite veneer of researchers in the first part of the palace is only true of, well, in the first part of the palace. From that point on, yeah, they take off their clothes and reveal themselves to be tentacle monsters. That sounds weird out of context, but...
Wipe them all out. A+, Violet.
Maybe I shouldn't have Auto Mataru on right now, because I kind of want to recruit one of those things.
All right.
It's the downside of me using the whole persona memory thing. Oh, hi there.
I'll reveal your
Well, I didn't
true
even
form.
expect that would lock onto you, but it did. Okay then, so Fafnir take 2.
Surprise attacks? Maybe they have some treasure.
Didn't notice that everyone pointed their guns while doing that. But, okay then. Yeah, so here I would very much like to go for... yeah, let's Marin Karen you.
Now the enemy is just a brainwashed drone. Use psychokinesis.
Since I haven't recruited you yet, I don't have access to, like, your full set of weaknesses on your stat screen. I think Morgana still has the... Yeah, President's Inside. This is probably a waste of my baton pass, but I definitely want Joker to be charged up right now. His mind is focused. Who is it who says, like, my mind is clear, my will unbending? Oh yeah, that's a Drain, of course, because you have, I don't know how you hold his sword up there, but yeah, you've got, that whole, nuke affinity. But okay then. Have at you! There we go! Yeah, okay, that's the, damage I know and love. Although, can I get an auto-recruit on you? I actually can, nice! Because you happen to be on low enough health to be negotiated with, and you're brainwashed, so it's an automatic recruit. And it's kind of a side effect of brainwash that you don't really, like, the game never really fully explains it. Like, it makes logical sense, but it's just kind of a nice feature of it. But yeah, with that, now I actually can see its elemental affinities anytime.
Alright.
Since it's got the same ones it does as a persona, as it does when it's an enemy. Which is something pretty cool that I like about this game usually. Yeah, it drains fire too, so only Sai will be able to hit it for technical with Rage, but it loses a lot of its moves on our side, but it does learn Atomic Flare, and yet double repel on those things, also Ailment Hunter, which, yeah, essentially the DLC, yeah, I still don't like using DLC personas, even though they are free in all of the new versions, but the DLC Magatsu Izanagi has essentially a better version of that in Hollow Jester, which cannot be passed down to anything else, though. Aha!
Oh, that one's really rare.
Well, of course it's weak to Yoshizawa. However, pretty much everything is going to get teched right now, so I can go ahead and, Oh, I just realized there is something that I kind of want to do here. Although it's rare that you see this cause technical. Don't know why it didn't display the technical indicator on this thing. I mean, there's nothing that can be immune to Almighty. But yeah, the treasure demon for this palace is Orichalcum. It can actually show up in search objects, like, while you just have Akechi and Sumire, by the way. I've had that happen to me while I was spending 2 hours trying to get Futaba's thing to trigger.
Damn it.
This one's rare. It'll make an excellent hunting trophy.
Which I am pretty sure is a New Game Plus thing at this point. It's just, whenever that happens to me, it's hard to tell if I'm just really, really unlucky or if I'm doing something wrong. But in this case, it definitely felt like I was doing something wrong. I do have to remember, there's a thing there, but there is a chest that I don't want to leave behind. Okay then, just as I talk about how this thing can show up in search objects, it does.
Don't let it get away.
I don't know if I'll end up getting the... Like, I might be able to get the 3 down shot thing.
That was cool.
There are... Oh, right, I need to straight up kill you.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Let's do this, Joker.
Come on.
It had some rare loot. Now, let's continue. Okay, let's move on.
It had some rare loot, now let's continue. Okay, let's move on. That was a bit of a cluttered conversation.
A stylish victory.
Still worth a lot of experience, though, even if you already have them. So now we are here on the other side. Can I actually get you from here? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna have to get you from here, then. Shanae Hook is still putting in work, even though her Confidant didn't unlock its full benefits. The few ones it did unlock were, really amazing. There's Flow. I couldn't use that against Fafnir's earlier. Nobody's ever going to learn any new skills here, which is a little unfortunate. I kind of wish that they had new things like that in Royal. There we go. Now I can finally go back to the Vault Room and actually fuse stuff.
I have something.
We've got something there, but first, if we head through here, we have yet more warehouse. As I said, this place is pretty confusingly laid out. Because we can't quite drop down from here.
I'll reveal your
there we
true
go.
form.
I feel like Joker just jumped backwards to get that one. Okay, since this is Dionysus, I can actually talk about this. So, Dionysus originally appeared in the depths of Mementos, and I know what... I have a very clear memory of this, and that's because in the depths of Mementos, Dionysus had Thermopylae. Now, I've talked at length about how Thermopylae wasn't very useful in the vanilla game because there was no pinch anchor. But here's the thing. When you ambush an enemy, and you're going to be doing that most of the time since ambushing is quite easy to do on the field, when you ambush an enemy shadow, it counts as being surrounded, which means that Dionysi, I don't know, basically whenever Dionysus showed up as an enemy, it was actually quite tough because they could just use Thermopylae if you ambushed them and give their entire party a full stat boost. It was kind of scary sometimes, so that made them pretty memorable to fight.
Show me your
Hello
true
there, tentacle monster!
Watch out, that one's dangerous.
Oh, finally got sleuthing mastery.
Psychokinetic moves should help here. It won't be a problem.
Sigh and bless, huh?
Persona.
Well...
Koryu. There.
Hello there. I do need to recruit, I think, everything in this fight, but, do I have, like, an area bless item?
This isn't it.
Doesn't look like it, although I just had an idea of how I might be able to get a negotiation going. Korgon to kill one of them.
One enemy terminated. Show us what you got, Violet.
Baton pass back to Joker,
On to the next.
and then he can downshot. That gets another one of my Thieves' Den log too.
Ooh, that was cool. Don't move now.
Oh, and I got this too, nice. I may be full on Personas though. Speaking of enemies that are quite memorable, Macabre is not memorable for me in Persona 5, but it is in Shin Megami Tensei 5. Because it, Okay then, would I rather have... Oh, Auto Masuku is good, although the defense Auto Ma is the one I don't have. Oh, that throne is... I have a soft spot for that throne. I guess I'll dump Chimera. But yeah, in SMT5, they often just teleport out of nowhere on the field, and then in groups of like 3, and they all rush you at once. They're not particularly dangerous enemies in 5, but they are really irritating on the field like that. It's just like a lot of the, flying enemies that for some reason don't stop aggroing regardless of how high your level is in SMT5. I don't know why. I honestly think, and it happens in Xenoblade 3 as well, like, in Xenoblade 3, enemies that are burrowing underground and thus can't, like, see how strong you are, they will always aggro regardless of how high your level is. I just don't think that's a good idea in any JRPG, because it's just nobody wants to be forced to fight an enemy that's like 10 levels lower than them. It's just not fun. Or like worse than that, or like 50 levels lower than them. It's why mechanics like Ryuji's insta-kill are really nice. It just lets you skip out any of the hassle when you're backtracking and facing enemies that, you know, would have, that you'd be able to just beat in a few seconds.
I'll reveal your true form.
Now, this one has no arms. So yeah, things are certainly getting very strange in here.
Let's go.
I'll try. Persona!
Makoto's actually blowing through her SP way too quickly. This is why I like giving her Spellmaster from the Jazz Club once that becomes available, but her skill set is getting very cluttered right now. No, I'm actually playing on hard, which is ironically easier than Merciless. I'll just take that. The Ouija board just makes me think of that Yu-Gi-Oh card that had to get censored twice, and now it just says final. Yes, it was originally DEATH,
right.
and then they had to censor it to final because 4Kids.
I can feel it.
Like, it's funny, 4Kids has a bit of weird charm to me as well. And I think their dub of the Pokemon anime wasn't that bad. I think I've said this at some point before. I'm trying to find, like, there has to be some way to get down to that earlier area that I want to get into. But I want to see what happens if the armless ones notice. Oh, yeah! I forgot they look that freaky. I just expected them to sprout tentacles out of their arms, but I didn't expect that. Okay, that legitimately jump scared me. Of course, it turned out they were just a bunch of unrecruitable teddy bears. That's a weird sentence. Yes, nice one, Violet. You are continuing your rampage here.
Wipe them all out. No time to waste, Violet.
Yeah, I'd say that definitely deserves an A+.
Okay.
Since Ann just leveled up, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually put her in rather than Makoto right now. Another potential strategy against Fafnir's is to... I think I may know where this is going. I hope it leads to that chest from before. But yeah, speaking of which, Fafnir. Another potential strategy against Fafnir is to freeze them, because that will get rid of their immunities to physical and gun.
Who's next? Sona, go down.
I think he was just saying, "Are you my grandkid?" That's something that old man voice type shadows can say when they're brainwashed. They had a lot of fun with the voice types.
Mona's really feeling it. I'm inspired.
Mona is not Shulk.
Mona-chan, we're on.
I feel like we haven't seen this one in a while.
You've been bad.
There's "you've been bad." I love it when you get this as the finishing move on Okumura, and she says "you've been bad." It's just like, that is the understatement of the century.
Good work, everyone.
This power.
Yeah, levels tend to go by pretty fast in this semester, and
Right.
this is without even, so yeah, one of the main reasons why I personally haven't used Jose's, you know, thingy with what am I saying? Used Jose's, this is how you get to that chest from before. Yeah, I knew that I wouldn't leave it behind. Debilitator is kind of nice, but yeah, use Jose's cognition increase on experience is because in a lot of my Royal playthroughs, and by a lot of my, I mean all 2 of them, Royal playthroughs where I do that, I usually end up with everybody at like level 99 by this point in Maruki's Palace, and then everything is green, and I can just insta-kill everything, and it's just... I just don't really find that satisfying. It's exactly like how I feel about New Game Plus, losing a lot of its satisfaction. Although this is the point where I start getting lost.
I can feel it.
Oh, okay, I think I see what's going on here. We need to climb up this place. For some reason, though, like these fans, I know I've been in a warehouse with fans like this before. It was actually like where my dad was like holding like rehearsals for one of his theater productions, and I know that because that's where I was playing it quite a lot, but that's actually where I beat Advance Wars 2 for the first time.
Show me your true
Though, you know, the game, as of recording this, because I don't like to reference things in specific, like, years, just in case, you know, like that dates the video. Because I like to, what I always aim for when I'm making these kind of playthrough videos is for people to be able to come back to them in the future. And just sort of always use them as a kind of guide. But, yeah, what I was gonna say is, like, yeah, as of recording this in early 2023, that better not get delayed again. I can tell the full story of my experience with Advance Wars 2, well, when I play that game.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Of course, if you're watching this, maybe I already have. It's always fun to think about what people could be doing in the future. But there we go. That is the end of the warehouse. The warehouse might be my least favorite part of Maruki's Palace, honestly. It doesn't look particularly interesting, and it's also kind of annoying to traverse. But we've got through it. I hope I didn't leave any chests behind. But yeah, this is where Maruki's Palace gets way more interesting to me. Just look at all these, like, I don't even know if these are tentacles or cables. They could be both. And just this hallway.
Is there a safe room nearby? It'd help if we can find one.
It's just so cool looking.
This looks...
I kind of love the sort of the sci-fi vibe of this place, but it's also like this weird, like, I guess the feeling that they're going for is a kind of like, you know, utopia-looking dystopia, like kind of a, you know, future where, you know, everyone is all happy all the time and there's nothing suspicious or dystopian about that at all. Like, everything just looks a little too clean, basically.
Well...
What are your thoughts?
Everyone really wants to be cautious here, but it looks like we're in like an old storeroom, and that chair is just looks like a very old kind of chair, and Futaba's just reclining on some boxes. Yeah, I wonder if it says something that this is like what the safe rooms look like at this point in Maruki's reality. Like, it almost feels like everything that doesn't fit with the whole clean aesthetic gets shoved here.
Let's get back.
So that Maruki can pretend it doesn't exist. I guess that's just like what Maruki's reality is going to do. It's kind of a metaphor.
Hey.
Yeah. I thought so. We've got a mini-boss coming up. I probably won't need this, but I'm going to give this to her. I'm going to be bringing Ryuji to this fight because there is going to be an elect weakness in it, though it can be covered. And Haru because she can potentially open up elect technical. Actually, no, she can't, because the only other thing in this fight repels elect. So in that case, I should probably put Yusuke's crit accessory back. Yeah, here we go, Grand Slam Charm. And I think we're ready, so let's do this.
Indeed.
Now, the term His Excellency here is kind of interesting because that's the term that Shin Megami Tensei demons use to refer to Lucifer. I don't know if that's how it was in Japanese, or if that's what they were going for here or not, but just wanted to bring that up. And yeah, it's Kuhulan and Skahar. This is the reason why these two got such a massive level hike in Royal compared to Vanilla. Skahar actually was an enemy in Okumura's palace back in the original, but now it's all the way here.
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
She has no weaknesses, but is vulnerable to some ailments. She likes to cover Kuhulan's elect weakness.
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
Meanwhile, he likes to buff his crit rate and go for 1 mors against you, but he is weak to elect. So, first things first, I should probably go... Actually, I'm gonna start off with a Debilitate aimed at you, because I already have mostly a Heat Riser on the party. And yeah, this is why you don't want Arn in this fight. That's really, really bad, actually. That's incredibly bad. I was gonna start things off by either buffing you with that, but I'm gonna have to use a healing item here.
As good a time as any.
Yeah, because if Kuhulan's going next, I have to make sure nobody's frozen, least of all Joker.
This one.
He does like to start things off with Rebellion, though. And now I can go ahead and, well, okay, so Skahar repels that, but that's fine for Ryuji because he blocks that. Okay. Let's go for Sumire here. I'm being a little cautious in this fight, and you will see why eventually. They've got quite a lot of health, but by doing this, you can use all-out attacks. Skahar can only be knocked down via crits or technical. But she is vulnerable to burn and things like that. However, here, actually no, firstly, I want to go ahead and knock you down again. And I wonder if I can keep up this chain of all-out attacks. It's just a shame that Yusuke no longer has a baton pass boosted move. Yeah, no cut-in, so I had a feeling that would happen. And there goes your weakness. She could really use R's Master right about now. Oh, but there's another crit. Good. Let's all-out attack you guys again. This is actually a pretty cool boss fight, because they'll be trying to use critical knockdowns against you, but you'll be doing it against them too.
Let's go.
Okay, he's going next, and he does have his crit rate up. So this could be a problem. I could try and freeze them, but I think if I have any, like, bead chains, I probably want to use them now. Yeah, I'm not going to take any chances here.
Sorry.
Because he is one-shot kill, which likes to target Joker, and if it crits him, things can get very, very bad. Let's charge yourself up.
What's the plan?
The plan is... You're still debilitated. Okay. I don't want to wage war.
All right.
Okay, yeah, you're immune to mental ailments, but not physical ailments. Ice Break is pretty cool, actually. So, yeah, the thing that you want to use against her is physical ailments. You can't get... Hi there, high counter. You can't get shock against her. And let me just check. You can definitely get burn, though. And she does null ice. So, really, it's just burn. Which is kind of interesting. It's rare that's the only thing an enemy's vulnerable to. Cool, next. I'm just going to charge you in that case. I don't want to speak too soon, but I don't think anyone's a major threat from this. Oh boy, Brave Blade. At least that thing's crit rate I don't think is as high as one-shot kill. Well, let's punch you in the face with the Fist of a God. Still resistant to that. Yeah, it's still got the elect wall up. Actually, hang on a second. Okay, good. That's, well, actually, maybe this won't work. We'll see. Okay, good. It does work. It does work. And in that case, I can baton pass to you. I know this is resisted, but still... Oh, crit. Nice. Okay. And this should finish off Kukulin. It's been a while since the mini-boss gave me an actual challenge, so I'm really appreciating this. Okay, he's down, which means that she's not going to be as much of a problem. Unless everybody gets frozen. Okay, do I have one of those salvations in a can? Oh, I've only got one of them. But now might be a good time. Apparently, this Daifuku will warm to the point where they cure our freezing. Freeze. Actually, burn guns might be a solid idea in this fight.
Now that's power.
And I don't often go for burn guns. Our buffs are... Oh, yeah, because we had... yeah, Raphael has internal hypnosis. That's why our buffs are only wearing off now. In that case, I probably need to, like, Thermopylae you, and I'm out of down shots as well. But I do have this, so I can inflict shock on you that way if I don't get a high counter in the face. And Sumire does not have an ailment gun. She has a lot of ammo though, but no ailment gun.
This is my soul.
I've always liked that line, this is my soul. And what do you have on your gun? Oh, ironically, you have a burn gun. But that happened again. Yeah, high counter is kind of a massive pain. Yeah, you're already charged. This could be bad if I get high countered. It's a 20% chance, which can add up.
Support's on the way.
That's just healing, isn't it? Yeah, it's just healing.
Who's next? Let's go.
So yeah, Joker's gun piercing resistances doesn't pierce high counter. I mean, I can... Oh yeah, I got foul stench, so... but no burn.
Skull's in trouble.
She must have freeze boost, because there's no way she'd be getting this many freezes without it.
Victory is ours.
Yeah, this is where I could really use her,
This is my other
crit boosting skill.
You did it, Fox.
Didn't even need it that time, though. And let's finish this with a light attack.
Beat him up.
Nope, not even finished. Okay, then.
Everyone's health is really low. Can someone
Let's
heal?
go.
I should be able to get this done, though.
Persona.
Yeah, she isn't immune to Bless, so this should finish it. And there we go. So that was kind of a tough fight, and I actually got my second fail channel for this playthrough there, so here it comes. So this is the Shadowed one, Kukulin's mentor and also occasional lover, like her daughter.
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
Because Kukulin's backstory reads like a fanfic or a soap opera. It's kind of insane. Okay, there's Mabuku Dine. I hoped Arm would dodge that, but oh well.
Well done. Time for your encore.
Persona.
Okay then. Well done, Arn, for falling over.
You're mine.
Don't know if this will crit. Did not crit. Oh, resisting that.
Shall I take this one?
Okay then.
Understood.
You got him, Fox. One enemy.
And there we go. Now, I believe against normal enemies, that is actually an instant kill.
Let's go.
And now for my retort, is what he said. And yep, that's what he likes to do. Please don't hit me again.
Real intense attacks.
Forget
Fox
that.
is waiting.
Dead. We must protect Joker.
Yeah, this is where I feel like the game is a little too lenient with the situations that can trigger a showtime. Now your burn.
Okay.
Huh. you're burned, that means... Okay, you said next. Okay. So if you're burned, that means that unless you're immune to wind, I can use this thing that I'm still keeping from Mara.
Ravage them.
Whoop!
Joker, no, answer me.
I'm not even mad, that's just amazing. Actually, I did kind of need to show this at least some point. So, the game over sequence is different, both in the Yaldabaoth section of the game and the Maruki section of the game.
Is this truly it? Have they finally broken your spirit of rebellion?
At least, you know, Igor isn't taunting you this time. That was another red flag that he was a villain, but, okay then. Yeah, let's go back to the prior safe room and rethink things. And now, back to not failing. Oh, no voice acting. You'd think this thing would have voice acting, but it doesn't. We've definitely stumbled on something Maruki doesn't want us to see, or at least a place he doesn't want us to be in.
Huh?
It also looks like there are these heart monitors. Is he, like, monitoring the mental health of everyone from here?
I see.
Oh?
It's kind of obvious, isn't it?
Wait.
Data on mental health. Okay, so they are cables and not tentacles. Good to know. I still like to think they're both, though.
Oh,
It looks like Mementos is still as fleshy as it used to be. I like to think that, like, you know, logically it shouldn't be, but that it's only like this because of, like, you know, asset limitations. Obviously, they couldn't make an entirely new look for Mementos. Yeah, they look kind of organic, but at this point, we're done for now until we head back into Mementos. I like they're linking Mementos and Palace exploration at this point. But we won't actually be going back to Mementos ourselves for a little bit. They're automatically taking us out of here, so that's a bit of a waste of an alarm, but oh well.
hey.
Yeah, that's not even halfway through the palace, by the way. I'll see you all next time as we go into daily life for the third semester, awaken a few more third-tier personas, and then head to Mementos. See you all then.